Peppino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But wait, where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the ravens?
So, und damit herzlich willkommen zurück zu Stories the Path of Destinies. Ja, wir hatten mal wieder oder haben mal wieder einen Neuanfang an der Backe. Und können uns jetzt überlegen, ob wir das Tempo noch weiter erhöhen mit dem Schwert. Oder wir das nehmen und alle umstehenden Feinde einfrieren. Finde ich eigentlich auch ganz cool. Wir gehen mit...
Wow. The sword felt even colder.
Mit dem hier. So. Ja, ich habe eine Weile nicht aufgenommen, nicht gespielt. Ihr habt es wahrscheinlich gemerkt. Ja, Gamescom und so weiter. Ich habe zwar versucht vorzuproduzieren, aber es war irgendwie nicht genug. Und deshalb... Ja, komm, wenn ich den einfriere, ne, dann muss der aber auch...
The ravens had taken the town. Renato had seen villages emptied like this. All the people taken away to be sacrificed in the Emperor's secret rituals. Renato hoped the people were just hiding. Renato thought of the Iblis stone and shivered. He had no business messing with ancient, cruel artifacts. What he needed was his friends around him. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Ah, shit.
The right jewel could really give you an edge. The wrong, well, it still looked pretty, didn't it?
It still looked pretty. So, erstmal Energie verbraten. Dann experimentieren wir mal noch ein bisschen mit dem Eisschwert rum. Also wir wissen, dass wir auf jeden Fall ihn retten müssen und mit ihm die Prinzessin fangen müssen. Mit dem Hasen. Beziehungsweise dann nicht mehr mit ihm, sondern einen anderen Weg gehen. Weil wir seinen bescheuerten Plan nicht machen wollen. So.
People had laughed at the government workbench placement program, but you could see the benefits everywhere.
So, wir wollen aber unsere Juwelen nicht weggeben. Denn die drin sind, finde ich ziemlich praktisch. Da. Verbrennen sich immer noch nicht die Pfoten.
What was behind that door? Renato's nose told him there was treasure there. They must have forgotten it in a hurry. Surely they wouldn't mind if he helped himself to it. After all, they wouldn't even know.
Wow, nur Energie. Hallo? Wie wäre es mal mit ein bisschen Erz gewesen? Ich brauche noch 90. Damit ich alle Schwerter abgegradet habe.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lapino. Well, unless he really was a traitor, obviously. Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest.
Ja. Nee, da ist eine Truhe. Die habe ich gesehen. So ein bisschen Lebenspunkte wäre cool.
A chest that shiny deserved to be opened.
Machen wir es so. Was soll's?
Chill out.
Mistviecher.
Lapino would betray him. But now Renato knew that. What would Lapino do if he knew that Lapino was going to betray him? Well, he'd concoct some crazy scheme, wouldn't he? That used Lapino's betrayal against him and it would blow up in his face. Yeah. Maybe he was overthinking this. Well, that would be a first.
Den Text kennen wir schon.
I think this is yours, said Renato. But he couldn't hear his enemy's answer.
Da ist er.
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was, we capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows. And that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy,
Ich habe
lemon
das jetzt mal
squeezy.
übersprungen. Wir kennen es ja
Capture
schon.
the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter. That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Ja, das wird uns nur zu einem anderen Weg führen, auch wenn hier...
Zenobia wasn't just the...
Ja, haben wir schon gesehen.
The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
Wir werden sie drehen. Oh, Erz. Willst du mich jetzt veräppeln? Greift das Ding noch. Meine Güte.
This was the nice part of town. But the ravens had been through here. They like to take shiny things home to their nests.
Bis die mal umfallen.
Hero wall, hero sword, firewall, fire extinguisher.
Nein, nein, kein Feuerlöscher. Nein. Ja, jetzt nicht so viel zu holen. Ach, verdammt.
Why was Lupino urging him to capture Zenobia? Obviously it was a trap. But you never knew how Lupino thought. Sometimes his plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lupino wanted. Yeah, there must be some way to play on that, Renato thought. It was time for a little exploration.
Das hat sich erztechnisch gelohnt. Sonst noch wer? Ja. Fügen ganz schön schnell ganz schön viel Schaden zu, die Mistviecher.
Ha! Bet you never saw that coming.
Flachwitze. Lupino.
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renardo. Oh, go ahead. I'm sure you know better, said Lupino.
Tun wir.
home of beer, right?
Hey, Crow Sickle. Funktioniert nicht. Ja, wenn du diesen Brief liest, befindest du dich auf wegen Mecha und bla bla bla. In andauernder Liebe dein Vater. Das war alles nötig. Und blub und bla und... Das können wir gleich benutzen, um Zenobia zu bekehren, umzudrehen. Ja, wie soll ich denn auf beide gleichzeitig... Ja, jetzt kommt aber mal hier.
Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She became smoke. And he noticed he had a blade to his throat. Stay a while. Heard a familiar voice. Did you really think you could capture me? Zenobia said as her ship lifted off. Now I just wanted some privacy, Renato said. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? And he told her why. His Imperial Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him immortal. But to seal the bargain, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. You're lying. She was furious. You can't prove that. I can. And so, they set sail for the Nexus.
Ich wollte das abbrechen. Lässt er mich nicht machen. Tut mir leid.
The scientists at the observatory have resurrected one of his...
So, jetzt konnte ich mal wenigstens überspringen. Ach doch, dann muss ich weiter.
There was an inscription. No spitting.
Nicht
The
spucken.
rebellion had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them. You never knew where the road would take you, thought Renato.
Hey, diesmal war die Treppe da. Juhu.
I hear you're the dead, silent type.
Komm. Nur noch fucking Energie. Erstmal mit ein bisschen entgegenkommen. Kein Spruch über das Zerstören von Sachen. Der Erzähler ist eingeschlafen. Folgt. Ich habe ja nur drauf geklickt. Mensch. Ja, endlich mal wieder ein paar Erzähler. Die Anzahl ist noch nicht mal
She caught
schlecht.
up with him. Don't you think I'd know if my father started practicing black magic? Why?
Bla bla bla. Kenn ich schon. Ah, dafür ist hier kaputt.
The scientists on this island had been investigating the Emperor's dark rituals on their own. They were neutral in the civil war engulfing the Empire, but they could see that the dark magics the old Toad had loosed were changing the world. Bernardo hoped he and Zenobia weren't putting them in danger. Energy cannons. The last argument of kings.
Ach, beweg dich doch einfach mal, wenn ich klicke. Meine Fresse. Nervig.
There was a sign. Take the goat across first. The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The ravens had taken care to burn the Take me to your council, she said, shaken. I have things to tell them. It was what Renato had gambled on. The Zenobia would turn against her father once she knew his madness. But the rebel base was secret. Could he really risk taking the Emperor's daughter there?
Ja, das haben wir schon einmal getan.
Renato reached Lapino by Farspeaker Toad.
No, we should take her to the base,
Insisted Lapino. No, I don't trust her. Nobody changes sides that fast, said Renato.
I better go to the base. Let them know you've got her.
Lapino said. For some reason, Renato wasn't sure that was a good idea. Just meet me at the far side of the mountains. There's a shuttle here I can take.
Always has to be your way, doesn't it?
Said Lapino.
Ja. Oh. Das ist mir schon wieder passiert. Ich habe überzogen. Leute, es tut mir leid.
Zenobia was still shaking as they got out. I didn't know, she said. The ravens kept it secret. At first they sacrificed prisoners, then villages near the frontier, and then an orphanage. Kittens and puppies. Sometimes he'd come back to the palace and it was like there were glowing things behind his eyes. But I was so busy. I'll clear a path for us, Renato told Zenobia, so the ravens don't see you.
Ja, alles klar. Ich bedanke mich erstmal für eure Aufmerksamkeit. Wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal wieder. Bis dahin, schaut auch in meine anderen Videos und habt viel Spaß. Bye, bye.